see if he's gonna make it. He's plowing pretty good right there. I'm gonna bring the skid steer and the Kubota tomorrow and grade this and try to make it something. We'll get some gravel down. He needs second gear. He did it. I told him second gear. Hey guys, so what we're doing on this job today is it actually a 3-acre conversion. That means we are converting 3 acres of forest land into something usable, and it's pretty much 3 acres of clear cut. They're going to turn into a little farm, and we need to get the logs out of the clear cut area, but we need to get a logging truck up there rather than skidding all the way down to the bottom, which would take a lot of extra effort and cost a lot more money on our part. We're just going to groom the road up, which needs to be groomed up anyway. So I got the little mini dirt work crew worth of equipment, and we're going to grade off about 6 to 9 inches worth of mud and gump off of this old skid road. This is going to be a new driveway up to the house, so this needs to be done no matter what. Got this Bradco 6-way blade for the Rayco, which is steel track, single grouser, skid steer. Was like the first mulcher that Haas bought, and the reason I kept pushing for us to get a skid steer is so we could use some of his old attachments, and this was one of them. So it's a little bit of a learning curve. Haven't actually used this blade in 6 years. It's been sitting, so we're gonna try it on this job. 12's got a little bit more weight to it by about a ton, so we'll see how this thing performs. But old times, I mean, any logger, they come through here, they have to leave water bars. That's what this thing is right here. So it traps sediment from running down into the streams, because normally they leave the ground all freshened up and everything, and exposed dirt and soft powder. But all the sediment gets trapped in these things. So when it does rain and you start driving across it later on, even 20 years later, it is just some nasty, soupy crap in a pickup. Or look at this thing is having trouble pushing through it. You just lose traction.
Gauge is like 1/8 inch. I think that's what my bed on my good. It just needs to be wider. It just needs to be wider.
caught a video of you trying to go up this yesterday for comparison. Need to groom the corner just a little bit more, but I don't want to take too much. I think he could make this. What do you think?
Push down in the vertical. That feels better there.
Yeah. Doesn't quite feel like pudding. Getting down to something here.
A little high there, but that might be good, huh? Keep the water from. Well, hopefully it'll come out before.
Well, I think I'll go through and put a ditch on the low side because I got it tapered this way. This feels nice up here. I took down that old water bar a little bit. Just a little bit there. What do we got here? Is that the person that came over and yelled at you? Been here for a week and now they're starting to get concerned. It's funny when you buy a piece of property, clear it to put your house on it, and then there's still thousands of trees on it. They get mad about a spot to put a house in a driveway that's fire safe. Anyway, the homeowner's walking around here somewhere, and this guy, I think the guy, oh, they might have found her. Phosphorus truck's got that little V on it. It spreads that crap out. Yeah. I'm getting pretty good. Before I get the question in the comments why I don't just use the skid steer with the bucket on the front of it to spread this out, and you know, that's not a bad way to go with it, but I'm trying to take care of some drainage on this stuff, and to have a top tilt kit that this scraper box has so I can tilt it sideways, angle it front to back, it's just a lot easier, and I can, you know, kind of do a little bit of finesse right here because I'm trying to do a good job, and I've had more practice with the scraper box and top tilt kit rather than just back dragging with skid steer in the bucket. I just like this technique a lot better, and I think for the time and how it turns out for having the tilt where I want it to by the end of the day, I think this goes a lot better. But again, if you just had a skid steer, it wouldn't really be a problem to do this kind of a job. You know, it'd be nice to have like a grater or something, but you know, the little scraper box, this thing does the job pretty nice. Yeah, except for it breaks your back because you always got to be cockeyed in the seat, twisted back there looking what you're doing. I just want to put that in there before I heard, you know, some comments saying just use the bucket. And right here I was noticing I couldn't tilt the box to one side. It would just level out, and I realized I had another slot on my tilt cylinder so that I could, you know, adjust it so I can actually tilt to the right hand side rather than it just going flat when I went that way. It's another thing, you know, it just makes it a lot easier because you can tilt both ways with the thing.
There we go, maybe it'll tilt that way now. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, let's have a look at her. So this box is for the old Kubota. This one, the older one's 36 horsepower, this one's 51 horsepower. It's got a different top tilt kit on it. So compared to twisting this stuff by hand, you just hit a lever, it's easy. But it didn't tilt far enough back, so it was hard to do that nice little smooth finish. So I added this thing on it in about 5 minutes, and that extended me about an inch and a half, so I can actually tilt the box backwards. So rather than digging in right here, because that's all it wanted to do was dig in, I can actually just take the layer off the top and then smooth out with the back one. So that made it a lot nicer. But gravel truck was able to make it up this hill, so that was nice. That back tailgating like that, that's a nice technique. He told the homeowner or landowner what guy I wanted her to call, and she called and ordered this before I got a chance to get my guy out here. But he didn't have one of those, the V-groove thing on the truck, so it just leaves everything right in the center. If you got the little V, it spreads it out so you can actually drive on it a little bit better. It kicks it out towards the tires, and I honestly I wouldn't even have to do anything if it had that little V on it, but no big deal. I only made a couple passes, but he's gonna go get one more load and he'll be right back. This thing will be pretty bulletproof for a logging truck to get in and out of here. Again, this is not going to be a logging road. This is actually the road going up to the build site for the house. So, you know, they need access to get well drilling rigs up in here, construction workers, all their equipment, all forklift and all that kind of crap. So we're trying to do this nice. I got it up there, tilted that way to go out that one. Then right here, I got it tapered in to follow that ditch out that way, and up there I have it tapered that way, so it's going every way. and on top of that, it's got a little bit of a crown. All right, back there. Well, the logging truck is quite a bit bigger than the dump truck. You walked right up it. He says wide enough. Chop about 3 feet worth on the bank, and I tried pushing as much gravel to the side so he'd have something of a foundation. That front tire didn't even act like it cared. Yeah, that was about perfect. Yeah, the tires do. Kind of pushing over there, taking her wide. Might have to redo this back bunk. Anybody that says, oh, that's a little load of logs, he can only go to 80,000 pounds. That's 40,000 pounds worth of logs. Truck with the loader on it, 40,000. Add it up. But he made it out. We're good to go. Success. Right on the outside down there, it kind of squished. Tried pushing as much stone as I could out there. I might grade a little bit as I take the tractor out tonight, but since it's going to be hot and drying up, it's crazy to think 2 days ago you couldn't even get your pickup through here. Got a load of logs out. Pretty good. Yeah, I think he did good.
I'm going to end this video with a little before and after. This is a drone shot of the job the first day we showed up on it. We actually did the demo for the GyroTrack machine on this property. You can roughly see where we opened it up in a couple hours with the GyroTrack. We bid this job to take out 10, maybe 13, 15, somewhere in there, logging truck loads. Right here, you guys will be able to see the fir tree, the one that's left that was in the drone shot in the beginning, to give a little comprehension of what's going on. You see a GyroTrack kind of working down there at the bottom. I'll click to the after when we're done here, but it's a 3-acre conversion. It's fairly common. The new owners want to open up this, you know, it could be considered a fire danger kind of a situation. thick underbrush. The neighbors on the right hand side are the ones that actually came over and were concerned. And I don't know, it's kind of funny, you know, how people act when you start cutting down trees in the middle of the forest. They think because it's their neighbor's property that they own it and they can come over and complain. But that was the deal with that guy coming over in the beginning. But I don't know what his deal really was. He was scared that the trees were going to fall backwards on his property, even though Haas was jacking them the correct direction. But I'll go ahead and clip to the end and show you guys what it looks like now. Okay, look all the way over to the right. Yep, there's that big old fir tree. We left that trail at the very end, so we had one shade tree left in the little landing area. But the logging truck made it up, so that's great success. But this is not quite done with the job, but I don't think I'll have the drone up tomorrow when we finish this sucker off. But this 3-acre conversion, the house pad is going to be right about where Haas is finishing doing some mulching right there. I wish I could remember the head count on how many trees we took out, but this isn't just going to be open up for suburbs and stuff like that. Again, fire prevention is going to actually help the neighbors out that could throw a fit, and they're going to put a house right in here, and they're going to use the open area for some kind of farmland stuff. So it's not going to be a complete waste, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you liked about fixing that mud bog, because it's kind of funny. It only takes one day to completely fix a terrible, terrible road. It was mucky clay mud silt mess. You couldn't believe it. It was hard to walk up through it. And then at the end of the day, logging truck makes it out. But thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.